Last night we were in Cardiff to see Italian metalers Lacuna Coil, and before the show we spent some time with drummer Richard Meiz, who was generous enough to give us a kit rundown and a sit-down interview. So enjoy this video, and for all of your drum content, subscribe to Drum Dog.
Hey, hello everyone, I'm Richard from Lacuna Coil. This is my kit for the European tour, and I'm gonna show you something. So I'm using a DS drum kit, the Venom Series. It's an Italian brand, it's artisan. Super nice and well-made drums. I'm so happy to bring this kit on tour, and plus it's made in Italy at its finest, so I'm super happy about it. I have a 14 by 6.5 inch snare, which is a steel one, very good, very pingy. And then I have a pretty classic configuration of the kit. It's 12 by 8, it's 16 by 15 and 18 by 16 floor toms. 22 by 16 kick drum with a very good punch. I decided to go for a smaller size kick drum for this tour compared to the 18 inch that I used to have, and I find it very good, very attacky, very clicky, so I'm totally love it. And yeah, about the cymbals, I am endorser of Sabian Cymbals. I have pretty big kit here, starting from AIX Splash, AIX medium hats, XRS ozone crash, and then for the crashes I usually change a bit the configuration depending on the venue we are playing. Tonight the venue is a little smaller and we are more close to the singers, so I decided to go with more drier cymbals so they don't wash too much with the voice. I have a HHX Complex Crash 17, 18. And also this baby, the XRS Monarch Crash. I love it. It's super dark, it's super dry, and it doesn't get into the singer microphones, so that's why that's my choice. Plus a couple effects. Here I have the radio bell and the XRS staker, and two Chinas. Tonight I went for the AAX 18 inch. It's less powerful than the one that I used to have, the Only China 19 inch, and also AIX Mini China. Usually I change a bit this part of the kit depending on the venue and how the sound is on the stage. And I'm now using Stratus crashes all over the place, and yeah, the Holy China. Basically, this is the only thing I change here and there. Also, I just started a collaboration with Audix Microphones. So my whole kit is with Audix mics. I love them, both on stage. The sound guys are very happy about that. And also in studio, we recorded the latest album with the exact same microphones. So very good. And the new addition to this kit is this beautiful Yamaha rack system that I built together with my drum tech Alex. And yeah, it's more comfortable. Second, it looks killer. My drumsticks, I'm a ProMark endorser. I use the 747B. They are a little bigger than the 5A. It's something in between 5A and 5B, and a couple inch longer. Very heavy with the balance on the front. So yeah, I find that well. It's a couple years that I'm using those drumsticks. And drum heads, it's all Evans drum heads. HD Dry, my all-time favorite for the snare. It's pretty much a must-have for metal drummers. And EC2S clear all over the place. AMAD on the kick. That's the way to go for me.
Thank you so much for having us over.
Oh, thank you for coming over.
Have you had time to look around Cardiff, or?
Not really. I mean, yesterday was day off and we are towards the end of the tour. So basically I slept pretty much all day, just went out for dinner, had lovely Indian food, and then straight to bed. Yeah, rock and roll.
Absolutely, yeah. Tell us about the tour.
The tour is going super good. We left on October 10th now. And yeah, it's almost 2 months we're on the road. Venues are very good. I also know that we are selling way more than the last time on tour, so nice. We are super happy about it, especially in markets like Germany and Scandinavia, which were a bit weaker for us. Now it's very good, but the UK is our biggest market, and we already did a tour here last year in the main market like London. You know, we did a roundhouse last year, and now we're doing, let's say, smaller cities for this round. But it's so far so good. We are presenting the new album Sleepless Empire, so we're gonna play 4 or 5 songs out of it tonight. That's cool. Yeah. That's very cool.
So, going back to the start then, how did this marriage between you and Lacuna Coil, how did that come about?
Oh well, that's a fun story because it happened back in, I think more than 10 years ago, that I met Maki, the bass player of the band, and he used to be the producer of my previous band, where I played drums. So I met Maki, we got in touch, we became friends. Basically, we have the same crazy mind, I think. And from them, they asked me to play a couple shows when the old drummer Ryan wasn't able to come. So I was just filling in for some gigs. Then I did a tour supporting Lacuna Coil with my old band in 2016. 2016, all around Europe. And you know, that was also easier for them to have an Italian drummer instead of an American one. And when Ryan left the band, I was not saying the only choice for them, but they already know me. And for them, the thing is that they didn't need a drum hero or, you know, they needed a good drummer, good friend, and good family member for the tour, which is the most important part, I guess.
Right. Yeah.
So yeah, I joined the band in 2019 for Black Anima. I was on tour with my old band when they asked me to play with them, and so I was doing the tour, you know, load in, show, load out, and then went to bed to write the drum parts for Black Anima until 3-4 a.m. and then wake up at 9, check what I did the night before, and then shows, blah blah blah, for 2 months. And a week after, I joined them in the studio for the recording of the album. That was pretty crazy period for me. Yeah.
So how is that? So when you join a band that's got an established drummer, are there rules? Like, you've got to put your own personality in there.
Yeah.
How do you approach the older music that you were involved in?
That's.
You already played them, haven't you? Because you were already.
I mean, I already knew the set list, pretty much. But they changed it, of course, when I joined, because some years has passed. And yeah, you have to, you know, for me the most important part and what I think that got me into this job was not to be myself from day one, but you know, they are an established band. They are on the road 6 months, a year pretty much. So they are used to have that drummer. And so what I did was to learn the song on like how they were originally made. Plus I watched a lot of YouTube videos of Ryan playing their songs. So the drum fills, the count-in, you know. And what I did was, you know, to make them comfortable with me. They didn't have to think about, we have a new drummer, how's it gonna be? No, I'm gonna play the same. And here and there I started to sneak in some of my stuff, some drum fills, some extra stuff, you know, that fit the song, of course. I was not blasting here and there. But yeah, the beginning was like that. And for Black Anima, for the album, it was my kind of drumming, because I was the drummer, so I was able to express myself. But on the older song, I tried to, you know, keep a continuum between the old drummer and me. Yeah,
there's a definite between the album before you joined and the one and your first album with the band. There seems to me like a heavier sound.
Yep. A
big heavier sound, especially with the double kicks. So yeah. Was that your influence? Was that already on the cards?
I think it was already there because Delirium, the previous album, the one before I joined, was heavier. And yeah, we all went up. We did the opposite of what the band usually do. The more they get older, the more they slow down and go pop. We did the exact opposite. But I guess that was also part of my influence, because I used to play in a death metal band before. And so all the double bass pattern, the Meshuggah style parts, some of Lamb of God parts, you know, my favorite. And yeah, it's basically my influence, some Maki already had in mind the kind of idea of, you know, composition and songwriting.
So going back to your education as well, because that seems pretty cool. So tell us about your education, your introduction to drums.
Yeah, well, I started study drum when I was like 15 years old. First was a hobby, like for everyone. I used to study in some local school with some local teachers, and then I joined another pretty famous school in my area with my very first drum teacher, Whiplash style, you know.
Yeah.
And that was very intense, let's say. And then right after, like when I was probably 20 years old, I joined the music academy in Milan. And I studied with probably the greatest, most famous Italian drummer, which is Tullio D'Episcopo. He's known for playing jazz and pretty much every music genre in Italy. I'm not saying the only very famous Italian drummer, but he's for sure one of the best and most influential drummer there. And that was quite heavy, of course, because I had to study something that was the opposite of what I wanted to study, like jazz, like fusion, like funk. But that was very, very important for me because it put me into another perspective.
Yeah.
You know, so I had to do this. I had to learn this because I needed to graduate. You know.
Yeah.
So for discipline, that was probably the best thing that I've ever done.
Cool.
But of course, when I was at home, I was playing Dream Theater and Lamb of God. So yeah.
So from those days, what's the biggest takeaway from those days with the jazz to what you're doing tonight on stage? What's the what's the biggest connection?
I think that the jazz thing that I studied was important for the average coordination. You know, it's not directly related to double pedal, but still, in jazz you have some ostinato on the right, you have ghost notes on the left, you have some phrasing with the kick drums that has to match, you know, the saxophones or everything else, the bass. And if you think about jazz in a heavy way, I mean, it's pretty much the same situation, you know. You are playing ostinato on the hi-hat or on the crash, you are playing heavy pattern on the double kick drum, and on modern drums there's a lot of ghost notes. If you think about drummers like Matt Halpern or the Sleep-Toned drummers, they are probably more funk and fusion than metal in their way of thinking. So that is the big connection for me.
For our platform, our channel, this is people aspiring to be professional drummers.
Yeah.
With you have moved with this into an established band with your own voice. What advice would you give drummers that are just coming up to finding their own voice?
Well, to me, the important thing was you know, to listen to pretty much everything and not stop to the music you like. So I was born listening to Led Zeppelin because of my father. Thanks, Dad. Yeah. And if it was just for that, I would have been just a maybe good rock drummer. But the thing is that if you want to build your own style, you have, of course, to copy here and there. But if you copy something from Lamb of God, something from Dream Theater, something from Meshuggah, something from, I don't know, Periphery or, you know, Rage Against the Machine, you eventually find your way and find something special that maybe no one has never think about.
Well, lovely. Thanks so much for your time.
No, thank
Can't
you.
wait to see the show.
Thank you.
And yeah, thanks very much.
Thank you.